Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about this. This is the Vertx SOCP Sling. First, we're going to do an overview of this thing. I will show you all of the features. Then I will give you my pros and cons and let you know kind of my final thoughts. So before we go into this, let me just take a second to talk about Vertx. So the Vertx company really gears their stuff towards what they refer to as top operators and prepared professionals. So they make tactical clothing, all of these tactical bags, discreet, covert things for like undercover police, some type of operators. And that's really what they gear a lot of their stuff to. And I'm sure that that is a percentage of their customers is people who are buying things to use in those professions where they need this covert professional type equipment. But I'm not new to the internet. Now I'm willing to bet that a large percentage, probably a very large percentage of the things that Vertx sells is not going to any type of professional. It's going to like armchair professionals, weekend operators, mall ninjas, Tacticool people. I am 100% guilty of that. I like their stuff because it's cool, it's functional, it's useful, and yes, it's Tacticool. So that brings us to this little thing. This is the SOCP Sling. On the front of this pack is a pocket for a cell phone. I have a phone in here. This is an old phone, a Galaxy S4. I just put it in there so we can see how that works. On either side, there's this little quick release thing, and that front pocket with the phone sort of folds down. And that allows you to see the screen of the phone, access the phone through this clear plastic here. The outside of this pocket has two little Velcro flaps on either end. You can open one of these and sort of tuck it under. What that does is it allows the phone's camera to kind of see through this plastic on the other side. That way your phone's camera can operate while it is in the pack. Into the main compartment back here, we've got this sort of two-way zipper. You can unzip it from either end. The main pocket of the pack has a couple of extra pockets in it. There's a very small like coin pocket on the front. And then on the back here, we've got another little bit larger pocket. That pocket has a little Velcro on the bottom, and it's sort of on a little flap here. We'll get to that in a second. If we turn the sling pack over on the bottom, there's another zipper. If we open this zipper pocket underneath, there is a pocket in the bottom of the pack that you can reach into, and you can use that as a pocket. That also is an expansion for the main compartment. And that allows for some larger or longer things to be placed in this little sling pack. Underneath this internal pocket in the back, there is one more zipper, and that has some little laser cut panels in the back. On the back of the sling pack here, we've got the space for a belt to go through. This is not the belt that came with the pack. This one's a little wider and a little longer. The one that came with it was a little too short for some hefty dad bod figures like mine. On the back, we've got this sort of laser cut panel here with some slots, allow for different mounting options in different directions. We've got some little pass-throughs this way. You can put straps through there. We've got this pass-through this way for the main strap. We've also got some Velcro here. And if we open that, there's a second little panel with some laser cuts that is behind where the belt passes through. That's the one that we can access from the inside of this little sling pack. Now the purpose of that is so that you can put some sort of other items in there and have them held securely. This little sling pack was designed with the intent that you would put something like the Benchmade S.o.c.p knife in that little internal spot there. You can hook it onto those internal little laser cut panels, reach through the inside of the pack to get it secured. And then you can access that on the outside right here. The little ring on the end of the handle could sit right here, and you could pull that out. You could put that on either end, and you'd have rapid access to some sort of weapon or tool. So now let's get into the pros and cons. Before I do any pros and cons, let me just explain why I bought this, because clearly I'm not any type of covert professional. I don't need this for any type of undercover spying operations. Now, my intent had been to use this to carry my EDC items, things I'd normally carry in my pockets when I'm traveling. When I'm driving in the car, especially if I'm driving a longer distance, I'm going to be sitting in the car for an hour or more. I don't like carrying a lot of things in my pockets because it just gets uncomfortable. So I had thought I would use this to put my wallet and keys and the things that I normally carry in my pockets, flashlight, maybe a little first aid kit, I can stick in here, put my phone in here, and then when we stop and I need to get out of the car, instead of trying to find things and stick them in my pockets, I could just grab this, put it on, buckle it around my waist like a little dad pack, and then I'd have all my things while we stop at a rest stop, run around with the kids, get back in the car, set this down in the console, and wouldn't have to worry about where all my stuff is floating around in the car. Wouldn't have to dig it out of my backpack or anything like that. Now, the phone and camera thing I thought would be kind of cool to use for things like hiking. Maybe wearing this while I'm hiking, putting my phone on time lapse and getting some sort of hiking footage, or attaching this to the sternum strap on a backpack, and just being able to get some little video while I'm hiking and keeping my hands free. That was kind of my thought, was using it that way. Also being able to use this for the GPS purposes while you're walking, or getting your phone. Well, I've got a backpack on, put it on the sternum straps, have my hands free to hold on to kids, carry both the kids. You do a lot of that. So that was kind of my thinking when I got this. With that in mind, we can look at sort of my pros and cons. Now, as far as pros go, this is a sleek design, and I think the biggest pro that I have for this is that it does what it was built to do. This was made for some sort of covert professional, to be some body cam type thing, carry a weapon, and not really a lot else, and that's what it works really well as. And that's where we kind of run into my cons. It doesn't really work well for a lot of other things. There's not much space in here. Now, this little Galaxy S4 fits in there very easily. In fact, it's almost too small so that it would slide up and down, and the camera, if it slides down, would be completely hidden and wouldn't even show through this window. My phone that I'm recording with right now, I use a Pixel 3 XL, and it is barely fits in here. I can almost not zip this closed when I put my phone in there. The other problem I had was actually using the phone while it was in the pocket. Again, this is an old phone that I have. It doesn't really work, doesn't have any service or anything, but I was using this to sort of test things out, and I can use this phone or turn it on and stuff through this plastic, but with my phone that I normally use, I can't really do anything through this. I do have a screen protector on my phone. Between the screen protector and then this plastic on top, I can't swipe, push buttons, anything through this. So I have to take my phone out to do anything, or to put my phone back. The other issue I have with this phone pocket is that there's a zipper on the top, and that's the only opening. When I'm out walking for a long time, sometimes it's nice to be able to plug headphones or a charger, a battery pack or something into your phone, and there's no way to do that. It would have been nice if the ends opened, if this had a zip all the way around, and I understand why it doesn't, but that would have been a nice feature. Now, my issue with the rest of this is mostly that it's just doesn't hold a lot. Now, I didn't want to carry a lot of stuff in here. I just wanted to carry keys, a wallet, just some very small stuff. Maybe a multi-tool, maybe some car keys, a flashlight. By the time you put any of those things in, then you can't put your phone in and close it up all the way because it just gets too full. And that's like 3 things in there. I tried putting a little pocket first aid kit in here, and that's pretty much all that you'll get in here. You're not getting anything else in there besides that little pocket first aid kit. So there's not a lot of room in here. Now if I want to carry more things, true, I could expand this pocket and then I could put things like a wallet and keys and stuff in here and it would close and I have this extra space. But that just looks strange, especially if you're carrying that around. This little pocket was really designed so that you could tuck a like a Nerf gun in here and be able to fit that all the way down in here if you needed an emergency spot to carry something that large, just right down in there. Now I did try carrying a lot of different things in the back. I don't have a Benchmade S.o.c.p dagger. I carried this K-bar TDI pocket strike that I got, and it actually fits in here pretty well. And you can see it goes down in there, just the handles sticking out. The problem with that is that the pocket strike is not really a great knife. I also put this Benchmade rescue tool in there, and that actually fit in there pretty well, but this wasn't something that I really needed to carry, so I ended up taking that out. The best thing to carry in that spot was a pair of shears, and that tucked back there very nicely. So then you just always had a pair of scissors handy, because there's not a lot you can't do with a good pair of trauma shears. The sling pack does come with these metal clips, and these metal clips go on the back right here so that you can clip this onto a belt or something like that. So I did try putting this on a couple different packs. This is a Vertx EDC commuter sling, and I did try clipping this on the sling right here. I think that would be a good use of this on a strap like this, but not with the clips that came with it. They didn't really work for that. My other plan for this was to put it on a sternum strap of a backpack for when I was hiking. It was kind of nice to have it there, but it was really difficult to get it on and off. Again, maybe some different type of clips would work better for something like this. So overall, I realized that mostly it seems like I just had a lot of cons. And really I think that's because this is a sling pack that is specifically designed for a very specific purpose, and it doesn't really work for a lot of things other than that specific purpose. If you need a sling pack that will hold a phone, that will hold a knife, and won't hold a lot else, then this is a good option. But if you're looking for some type of fanny pack, belt pack, a dad pack that you can throw your everyday stuff in and haul it around, then this probably isn't going to work out for that. So, those are my thoughts. You guys let me know what you think. I like Vertx products. This one just really wasn't for me. If you enjoyed this, you can leave a thumbs up on this video. And if you didn't, there's a thumbs down button just for people like you who make it to the end of the video and are still disappointed. If you want to see more videos, you can hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you all, and I will see you next time.